Hello. Today will be something interesting, and I'm not doing that often, so I will do review of some piece of the equipment. But before we start that, look at this one, right? How do you like this one? New design, promotion dive lead, one sleeve, another one. So when you will come diving with us, then you will be able to buy these t-shirts now. What I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna review one specific brand of the fins, and it's gonna be, I will tell you a little bit later, a little bit history or a little bit prehistory. When I started diving, that was almost next year, March will be 20 years since me and Laura started diving. So my first fins was something about like this. I think it was Mare Sevanti, and there was only 3 lines. Here are 4, so that's why it's quattro. My diving consistency that time wasn't that productive as now, but I think I did some 500 dives before they died. It's a pretty good result for the fins. The biggest problem for those fins was that when you jump in the water, then since it's not one material, this is different. So finally, in the beginning, the one fin broke. Then I took Laura's fins. I think yours was yellow and mine was blue. So finally, one was black, one was blue, one was yellow. It was really good because when I was guiding people, everybody was able to recognize me. But anyways, that fins was done. Then 2014, we got from a reseller in the Philippines this Apex fins, RK3. I got it for test, and when I tried them, I said, okay, this is the fins I'm gonna keep. So finally I bought them. In between there were one Aqualung fins as well, but I don't want to really review them because someone left them. I used them for about 1 year, and that's it, right? This is how they look like after 8 years and thousands of dives, really. What is the benefit of these fins is it's one piece. It doesn't matter, you jump from the boat, you do what you want, but it's a really good fins. Recently I got in my hands, not really in hands, on my feet, I got these fins. I had no clue what a brand is this one. So I got these fins from Chris and Brandon. Brandon also has these fins. And they just said, Martin, maybe you want to try these fins? And I tried. Last 2 or 3 weeks I've been diving only in these ones just to understand what is what. So from the bright side, they are pretty much the same weight as my RK3, which is really strange because usually when we're talking about the jet fins, okay, Scuba Pro has the jet fins and they are pretty heavy, like 3 kilos. These fins are pretty much the same weight as my RK3. That's the first thing. Another thing, RK3 is a way softer material. This one is pretty like thick. I tried different styles of the kicking, and first of all, frog kick works perfect. And at that point I understood that these fins are more designed for technical needs when you have to move more than one time. Backwards, amazing, because they are harder than my Apex and it's easier to do backward kicking. One of the disadvantages of these fins is flatter kick. So these fins you cannot really use for your flatter kick. It's too much pressure on your ankles and I cannot do. I was so comfortable with my RK3 and I felt the difference only when I put these ones on. I understood how soft is my RK3. In the beginning, the first emotions didn't feel really okay, because if you've been using something for a pretty long time, you're like a kind of trying to refuse anything what's new comes in your life. So that was the first emotions. That's why I forced myself to do more than one dive only. As more I did diving using these fins, as more comfortable I started feeling. The one thing what I would like to improve is this strap. There's nothing about the strap, it's just about this part which comes on your heel, and this is a way more comfortable. If they would put that thing on this one, it would be amazing. It's actually like a kind of pretty tight, and then really depends on the booties. Maybe if you have like dry suit booties, then it doesn't really matter, but for me the booties are neoprene, which is most probably like 1.5 millimeter or maybe 2 millimeters, and then it starts rubbing here, and in some point it becomes pretty uncomfortable. I tried to move from these fins back to the RK3, and it felt like I cannot kick at all. It was too soft for me. It took me about 20 minutes to remember how to use these fins. So when I'm moving back from these ones to this one, then it happens really fast, right? So I don't need that adaptation period at all. But from Deep 6 to RK3, it takes about 20 minutes to start feeling fins again. That's how soft they are. I think that's gonna be my everyday fins. I'm pretty sure they will be the same like RK3, because they're also made from one piece of plastic or rubber, whatever is it. They are really good in the currents, but when I have to swim with my students and when I have to drag them and if I have to fight with the current and I have to chase them, that most probably then I have to do really quick frog kick. Another thing what I like about these fins is the color, orange color. Everybody can recognize me. Recently we did one night dive and my torch wasn't really good, so the guys wasn't able to see my light, but they were able to see my fins. I understand all the brands start doing different colors now, like Apex also doing pink and orange and violet and black and white and so many different colors, but since I have these ones, that's also really good. Next time I will review the regulators. I also got regulators from Deep 6, so I will review them and I will compare them with MK25 Scuba Pro Dive Right and also Apex Sand Mount Kit. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Follow, subscribe, like the video, and see you on the next one. Bye.